Hi guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over an old story from Mexico. I guess a lesson learned at a young age. But when we were in high school, we actually had dances down in clubs in TJ, in Tijuana. The parents would get together and organize a dance at a club uh, during our vacation breaks, uh, almost like a senior dance. But if we were 16, 17, or 18, you could actually attend, and the club would be shut down. It'd be like a Monday or Tuesday during the week when they would actually be closed. So they would just cater to us. We would all have transportation by parent volunteers, including mine, and we'd pay a certain amount of a fee. It was pretty high because we were actually able to drink down there, so drinks were actually included. It had to be you had to wear a tie, uh, so it would be organized. We'd go down there, and so you know it would actually be a good time. We would have a lot of fun. So with that being said, we would actually go on our own, and if you got 10 or more in your group, you were going to get into a club for the fact that there's 10 of you, so therefore there's 10 people paying. So IDs are not required. You had to be 18 and over to actually attend to get into a club down in Tijuana. And actually, it's the street is called Revolucion Revolution. That's the street is called, and multiple clubs. So primarily all of them playing the same music. So it didn't really matter which one you went into. And if you had 10 friends, you could have a good time. Except this particular time. Um, there was about 15 of us actually went down there, and we were actually having a good time. And I was actually at the time with a girlfriend of mine, and she was having a good time too. We were all underage, and we were kind of away from my group of friends, but apparently there was a brawl with another group at that club, so they start fighting. So I grab her, and we take off, and we try to distance ourselves as much as we can from the actual uh, brawl, right? So that didn't help. Uh, we tried to run around the corner, and we actually were trying to hide out, but we were spotted, and a police car rolled up right next to us. They grabbed me, they put me in the back of the police car, and the police car was already. They had like 10 individuals already in back of the Crown Victorian, and there was no more room for me, so they just threw me on top of everybody, and so there's about 11 or 12 of us because there was some in the front seat too. So altogether, there's about 18 of us that actually got arrested. They didn't care if you didn't throw a punch. As long as you're with the group, you were money. So they they they're going for to get paid. So we got taken to a police substation. I'll describe it, but I don't remember the name of it or actually what uh, municipality it fell under. But it was we went on what they call El Rio. That's like a main boulevard, and it wasn't that far from downtown. It wasn't that far, and but it wasn't that close though. You saw straight away on El Rio, and then it was a blue building on the right side of the actual road. It was 2 stories or three. I think it was just two though, 2 stories. And as we were getting taken in, don't think they took the time to separate the two fighting groups, right? Now everybody went into the same cell. It was upstairs. It was a big cell. It was big. It had four slab like bunk beds, but they're all cement. I think one of them had a piece of cardboard. It was empty. Like I said, it was pretty big. and they threw all of us in the same actual cell. They didn't care if we were, at that time, nobody was fighting anybody because we had to actually look out for each other, right? So as we were taking in, uh, an actual cousin of mine got taken to another area, and that's where we got worried. We got worried because we didn't know where he had gone, and uh, and so as we are going to the actual cells, there's a porter walking around. That's an actual an inmate, and he asked us if we wanted anything. He was doing his last run. It was the middle of the night, and a few of us actually ordered a big, was it 5 gallon of water? Was a garrafon, a 5 gallon of water, a purified, and we all chipped in and we got it. He actually brought the actual thing to us and 1 cup. Yeah, that's all he had, so 1 cup, right? So at that point, we figured out that he wanted us to buy soda in order for us to have our actual own cup. So, which we did, and he actually brought it back. And he was actually pretty straightforward, but we took care of him. And so now we're in the cell, right? And I don't know why they chose my cousin. He hardly ever spoke any English, but they allowed him to do all the phone calls for everybody in our group, right? Which he did. And then they realized that we didn't know the other guys, so they brought one of their guys down to start making phone calls to get that stuff out. But uh, to go back to when they threw me in the car, the friend that I was with, she did not know any English, any Spanish. So from what she told me, what I remember is that she's walking around kind of like lost, and this man saw what had happened and took her to a payphone and put a coin in, and that's when she called my house. And my dad, luckily, he answered, and she let him know what was going on. She got herself to the actual border, crossed it, and she got picked up by her family. And so now my dad knows that me and my cousin are actually in TJ in a jail cell, right? So my dad makes a call to his people down in TJ, his family, and gives them the scoop. And I do not know how he actually found us because my girlfriend did not know any Spanish, so she wouldn't have been able to tell my dad, hey, they're at this comandancia or they're at this municipal. So when he made the call, it wasn't to actually to pull any kind of ragged, to pull any kind of weight to release us. No, no, no. It's to actually let that particular station or comandancia let them know that they're on the way to pick to be able to get them out, and for us not to be moved to a different jail. That was his main concern. Because once you go into a different jail, they can add charges. They can make up They can make up charges on you, and that's when Americans become vulnerable, and that's when problems get even heavier. So my dad's relatives, my cousins, my second cousins, I should say, they just wanted us to be kept at that particular substation for us to get out and not sent away to a different jail on higher charges. That was their main concern, right? So my dad finds us. He pays like 30 bucks for each. Yeah, I know it sounds like a little bit, but at the time it was a lot for us. So 30 bucks each, and he gets us out, and the rest, their families also get them out throughout the night. And it was a I wasn't so much scared because I was with actual friends. If I would have been alone, that would have been different. I guarantee it. So but to describe the cell, they had the 4 bunk beds made out of cement slabs. It had the real uh, iron doors, the bars. but there was a little wall, little cement wall about uh, about 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 to your, a little bit lower than your waist. The little wall. On the other side of that wall was a hole for the bathroom. There it is. That was it. Just a hole. It was nasty. It was dirty. It was dark, smelly. But luckily for that porter, man, he took care of us because we are kind of kind of tipsy, but yeah, we are gonna get thirsty, and there was no drinking water there available, so not even no kind of water there at all. So we actually cleaned ourselves with that water, and until we were actually the first ones to get out, and my dad picked us up, and my dad was cool when it came to stuff like that. As long as you took care of your business, he left you alone. But yet, uh, we worked it out with my dad, so we took care of him, and we were thankful that he was able to actually do that for us. And it meant a lot because now we would have to spend the whole weekend there until other people can actually reach out and get us out. But that's just another one. That's just one of the actually adventures down there, and I don't uh, I don't recommend that type of tourism, but was one lesson learned. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.